there's a Zen master, Huang Biao. He's the counselor of the Chinese emperor. So you have heard that the Zen master Rinzai is the Rinzai's teacher, Huang Biao. One day, along with the emperor, he went out on excursion to some lake. So the emperor said to him, "Seeing so many fancy boats in the lake, wow, there are so many boats. A lot of people, dignitaries and the VIPs joined that excursion. So I see, there are so many boats." But the master next to him replied, "Your Majesty, truly I see there are just 2 boats. One chasing for fame, another chasing for fortune." When you chant kate kate parakate parashankate bodhisattva, let's reflect. What is our life chasing for? What do you want? We need a lot of things in this life, but what do we really want in our life? The legal name of the Shakyamuni Buddha is Siddhartha. Do you know what the Sanskrit means, Siddhartha? Siddhartha. His father, after he gained that boy, was so happy and composed the name Siddhartha, which means wish being fulfilled, the one who achieves his aim. Because his father, as a king, expected him transmit the throne and become a great king. But Buddha's wish was very different when he grew a little older. When he really and acutely felt the dukkha, the unsatisfactory aspect of human life, old age, illness, death, we all would like to avoid, but that's inevitable. He left the palace, and when he discovered his true self, his authentic self, he could dwell in nirvana, kind of happiness that is independent from our fluctuating situations. It is very, very important to distinguish the happiness or freedom that is momentary, and the happiness and the freedom that is everlasting. In our scripture on Buddhahood, Kimball, would you read page 268, verse 15?
The great master said to an assembly at a monastery, "Ordinary people only adhere to worldly pleasures which do not last long. However, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who enjoy formless heavenly pleasure can also enjoy worldly pleasures. Heavenly pleasure includes that pleasure of mind which can be acquired from practicing the way. Worldly pleasure implies the pleasure acquired from the 5 worldly desires. In other words, the pleasures which can be derived from anything or circumstances having form, such as one's wife and children, property, or position. In ancient times, the prince Siddhartha, as a king to be, was in the position of being able to please himself by having any desire fulfilled. These things were worldly pleasures. Yet, on the contrary, after his enlightenment, he transcended all formed things and circumstances and liberated himself from birth and death, happiness and suffering, good and evil, and cause and effect, keeping his mind always peaceful in any situation. That is heavenly pleasure."
Yeah, thank you so much. When I worked at the Soul Meditation Center, which is my first workplace, I was in charge of one college club, Dharma study and meditation club. One day when we studied the discourse of Sotaesan, one student asked me, Reverend, I'd rather have a very happy life instead of attaining Buddhahood or enlightenment. So, if you are asked the same question, how would you reply? Many people can ask a very similar question. They would like to enjoy this life instead of attaining a great enlightenment. How would you say, sir?
I would rather have the enlightenment to reach Buddhahood because it's transient, this life.
Okay.
I would say that the two are the same. By reaching Buddhahood, you are becoming happy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I expressed it in this way. Having a happy life is attaining Buddhahood. What's the difference? Attaining Buddhahood is having life, having happiness that is eternal and everlasting. Many worldly pleasures that we can enjoy, many things are very temporary, momentary things. Just like doing drugs. I know one artist, a friend, when he was in his 20s, he was addicted to the drug, and how he struggled to break that habit. So it's very, very important to distinguish the happiness and the freedom that's momentary as opposed to eternal and everlasting. According to all the enlightened masters, not just in the Buddhist tradition, in all spiritual traditions, one and the only way to attain the eternal freedom is to know our true self. When we are enlightened to the ultimate reality, we can attain the unconditional happiness and freedom. So Buddha embarked for that journey when he left the palace. So kate, that implies, why don't you join the journey that I embarked? I think you have come to the right place. Coming to the temple is embarking on this journey. And Sotaesan, the founding master, I heard from time to time told this story. There is a servant whose name is Meng Bao. Meng means dumb or stupid. Bao means rock. Right? It's one of the very common male servant name. One day, Meng Bao was sweeping the yard. He happened to see his friend walking in front of the house. The servant was his very close friend working in another noble person's house. He was so happy and he asked his friend, where are you going? His friend replied, I'm going to the market. So he would like to hang out with his close friend. He went together to the market. So all day long, the master looked for Meng Bao, and he was very upset. He was nowhere. At dusk, he saw his servants coming inside the house, and he asked, Meng Bao, where have you been? He replied, I've been to the market. So, what did you buy? He said, I did not buy anything. Why did you go? I just would like to spend some good time with my friend. The upset master said, I have never seen such a stupid person like you. When you are going to the market, you should first tell me when you are going, what you are going to buy, and you should report what time you are supposed to come back. We need to get smart. And the master gave him some wooden club so that he can put that around his waist, so that he can constantly remember he's very stupid and he needed to get smart. And the master asked him, if you discover a person who is more dumb than you, at that time you can give that club to that person. So